Oh, you filming this? Well, I don't have it well enough in my head.
I guess some behind the scenes. That's good.
But that's okay. It's all
We got
behind the
rough-
scenes. That's
we
just
got
all
the rough,
B-roll
yeah.
stuff. So everyone comes to this starting point, what you call this welcome center. I think the very first thing we do is just like what Bandersnatch did, where they have something trivial, just to show that there's interactivity. Do you want the Fruit Loops or the Frosted Flakes?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And what's something simple? What's a trivial thing that we could have them ask? We could ask them a question, or we could, do you want to see, Brad do 10 push-ups or Dennis do 10 push-ups?
Yeah. So the start though would be in the training center, correct?
Yeah.
So.
And that training center video, because if we could do the embedded video like at a ClickFunnels, it's all on video. Whatever video is the starting point, right?
Yeah.
So then, what's the first thing so that they know that we're making a choice? We want to make a choice within the first 10 seconds. To have us do something or they do something.
Would be, even as simple as like, you want to see something cool? Yes or no?
How did you hear about us? How do you know us?
It would have to be something really like just.
Even something fun.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
Do you want to see a pie in the face on Landon or Christian?
That would be a good one.
And then, can you have two people in the green screen?
Yeah.
Do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who do you want to see get pied?
Let's go outside. We'll go stop at Smith's and get a couple pies.
That'd be good because that gets their full attention off the bat.
Yeah.
Like not expected.
Yeah. This takes a different twist. There's a whole different twist.
Because we want to be more fun than the professional. And now, please just select the option that you would like. Would you like to it's like a robot, like the airport security kind of thing.
Yeah.
So both of you guys are gonna get pie
tomorrow.
We'll stop at the supermarket, get this. And also notice that with Bandersnatch, when you made the decision, so first off, they gave you a choice to make a decision, but you still had like 5 or 6 seconds before the time ran out. And then it just shows whatever the default answer was.
We should have. Oh, okay, that's what it does.
Which Lightspeed does too. She says, okay, do you have 5 minutes or do you have all day? And then she just, while she's waiting, talking, whatever, while you get the chance to select. But then notice that when you chose in Bandersnatch, it didn't immediately just go to that. And I was thinking, like, why did they do that? They had like a 7-second delay.
One transition point.
Uh-huh.
Like one frame before they would go to it.
That's right.
Each time.
And I think that gives you kind of like delayed gratification, because if they just gave it to immediately, where it's like, okay, Landon gets pie, boom, pie in his face. Like it's not the same payoff as in like
Waiting.
you move another 5 or 10 seconds is like, oh crap, oh no, please me, no, it's you, no, it's like, and then you get the payoff, right? Like this, I think the slight delay helps, and we could build that here where if we say, if they select Landon, then in the beginning of that video, this part here is going to be the same as a lead up as this one. This part here would be the same. So let's say this is 5 seconds, right? On every single choice.
Yeah.
And at first I thought, well, that just slows things down. Why would you want to do that? But actually, I think it's good.
Yeah.
It adds depth. It makes it
real.
seem like, more real is the key thing here.
Yeah.
And then this bridges back into the same place.
Yeah.
And then people are going to wonder, oh, man, I chose Landon, but man, I wonder what it was like if I would have chose Christian, right? Then they don't get that choice to go back, right?
They can. We can embed it. There's a little back button.
Okay. Sometimes we want to have that, and sometimes we don't.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, it'll get tricky if you want to keep having them go back.
Okay. So that's a fun question, but then what's a real question we're going to ask? If you could have anything you want because what we're saying is, like, imagine we're here in the same room with them. Between the combined brain power of all the people that we have, and we could list all of them, put a little B-roll. Imagine you have all these people at your command. What would you like them to do? I'm here at your command. What do you want me to work on for you? I'm not just saying, oh, this is an online course. Oh, you're watching a pre-recorded video. the whole point of like the Bandersnatch is you feel like it's happening right there, like you're making a decision right then.
Yeah.
So they added in, it's like, oh, psychologist, I feel like someone's controlling me and telling me making me pull my earlobe, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you know? So I think if we, not that we have to like over dramatize there, but if we get away from and now we're gonna cover lesson 3. Like I think if we do that, that feels plastic.
Artificial.
Yeah. If we make it feel like it's live, like it's happening right now, that they're actually here with us, and that whatever they decide, we're reacting right then, not pre-recorded. We don't want to do anything that makes it feel like pre-recorded. You know, Peloton, the bicycle thing where you pay like whatever, a couple $1,000s and like $100 a month, whatever it is. When I go to hotels, I've been using their thing, and they have these pre-recorded workouts that you can bike along. Like maybe there's 500 people in the thing, but it's all pre-recorded from the live one. But then like, you know, I'll find out I'm in the middle of the pack. Now I'm in the top 20% of the pack and I'm biking harder and harder. So I feel like it's live, but I know I'm competing against those 500 riders when it was pre-recorded like a year ago. But when I was watching that video, because you're watching it on you're biking and you're watching the big iPad thing as you're biking, I noticed there's no pause and there's no back and there's none of that stuff, but you see why.
Mm-hmm.
Because all that kind of stuff, if they put that in there, then it's like, oh, it's not live.
Mm-hmm.
So actually by removing those features, because if you're live, if you go to a live cycling class, you can't tell all 30 people there to stop and wait while you go pee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So in these things here, I think we kind of don't want them to be able to go back.
Yeah, that would be big. And then another thing too, for like these right here, like we want to make it real, right?
Yeah.
So loop time. You make it almost seamless, because loop time goes back, usually 10 seconds. So after you hit that, do you want to have Landon or Christian? And then depending on how long you want to wait for them, then you pick a time where it loops. So you want to be strategic so it doesn't look like you're like,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then also waiting. It's like,
That makes it real. Yeah.
come on, dude, like just pick which one you want. And we can make it as long as we want. Because again, I mean,
You still here? Come
yeah,
on, man.
it'll
What do you-
take some time, but it makes it real. Like
yeah.
We played with some where I was like asking a question. I'm like, dude, do you want me to come back? You want to just log out real quick and whenever you're ready, dude? Like,
Yeah.
but it makes it real. It's like, oh
Like you're actually
shit.
standing
Yeah,
there
you're
waiting.
like, what the hell? Okay, yeah, I'll choose. So it's just a good little thing to have for all of these. If we're getting creative and we want them to feel like it's real life.
Yeah.
Also, vocabulary, we never want to say click here.
Exactly.
Ever.
Yeah.
We want to make it like
So what are the
decisions.
words that
So we'll just like, just a choice.
choose?
So,
Yeah.
Yeah, what would you choose? Or even just with that, you don't even say the word. Is it, you want to do,
We just ask the question.
you want to pie, Landon or Christian?
Yeah.
So you have the actual question.
Yeah.
Loop time. So the next one, I like that breaking the ice thing. It's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Creative.
So that question could be like the first question could be something like, what's your number one goal with personal branding? And then we reverse engineer like why people tell us they want to build personal brands and then make those the core options.
Yeah. Well, you said something yesterday, Dennis. You're like, do you want to be a speaker? Do you want to be like, what do you want help in, or what's your focus?
Yeah,
a
yeah.
salesman, a blah blah. Like,
Yeah. Speak. I want to get going. I think this is going to be the most.
So that's right here they'd be even choosing which course they're even going to do.
Well,
Like before.
we don't even. It's not even the courses. We're just like pretend it was a live consultation. Which of these things do you want to do?
Yeah.
Or yeah, so this is another way of basically saying, where are you?
Yeah.
So here you're saying I'm zero. I have nothing going on, or I have a business already. and then from here, if they say I want to grow my existing business, do you have a team or do you have no team?
Yeah.
And then, oh, you don't have a team. Oh, is that because I don't want it or I don't know how?
It's like the strategy assessment.
But we can make it so smart. Because some people, they don't have much going on. They say there's no team, don't know how, or no money, which is often the same thing. I don't have the money. If I had the money, I'd hire a team, right? Oh, okay. Well, let me tell you how to get around that, right? We want to start with is just doing little tasks on, you don't have any money? Let's go to Fiverr. You don't know how? Here's how you hire a VA. VA training. If you don't want it, we'll give them some sort of response, and then it's basically like it's either time or money. You've got to. What you're really saying is that you don't know.
You're disqualified.
No, you just bring them back up here again.
Okay.
Yeah. Everyone needs a team. Oh, you just basically here you need to systematize your business. Everyone needs to. And once they do it, so we just reframe, come back here, then they come down this path. And then this, we give them our Fiverr training. Here's the VA training. And then this, there's other pieces here about, how you hire and fire and skill shop and all these things. And then this is a bridge. All these come back to this same thing here. And then that brings them back up to the next goal. Actually, not here, but
Team?
not from team, but let me see. Actually, we need to have a money question. I don't know if it's part of this, but maybe it's a separate one, such as what is your money goal? I want to live comfortably, enjoy my family, right? That kind of thing. Or I want to be, whatever the word is, like a big entrepreneur. Right, the $1 million plus goal. And then based on this, we could say, most places, if you can make $100,000 a year, depending where you're living, that should be enough. And that really is only $8,300 a month. There's many ways to do that, through coaching. You have 8 clients that are paying you $1,000 a month. That's $100,000. And here, so you can sell courses. And then we push them out to different ways of doing that. So consulting, courses, agency, right? Then here, like, oh, you want to be an entrepreneur? Okay, well, to be an entrepreneur, you're going to have to build your personal brand. But that if here they say, oh, I want to speak, well, you have to build your personal brand. You want to grow your existing business? Well, you need to build your personal brand. Because as a business owner, you're constricted in how much time you have, and you need other people to vouch for and collect customer feedback. Your personal brand is about the influence generator, which is collecting all the good feedback that your customers have to say about you, which then means you have to also amplify it through the Facebook for $1 a day and all this. Personal brand, we do that. You gotta amplify it. Influence generator, you gotta amplify it, spend money on advertising. But there's many ways to bring them to the same thing. We've got to figure out what are the questions that will still drive them here. And then, if you're gonna train all these people, you're gonna need to get going here. So all these paths come here to Lightspeed. All these different reasons you got to spin up a course. Why? Because Oh, you wanna speak? Well, you need to document your knowledge. So you need a media kit. You need your topic wheel. You know, just to show your speaker reel, all this. Well, if you have knowledge here, then you need to put that into your Lightspeed system. If you want to generate influence, you need to put it into your Lightspeed system. If you've got a course, let's see, you want to be big time? Oh, you probably want to have a book. Do you have a book yet? Yes. You should take that book and put it as a course too. So they're all bridges. I mean, everything's going to bridge people right back into, you need to spin up the system. And then all these little hooks or paths or bridges that bring them here, we could say, oh, awesome. I agree, an agency, that's a great way to get going because there's a huge opportunity for digital marketing and it's also relatively low risk. Tell me, what kind of, do you have experience doing an agency? Do you have experience? Yes. No. Do you want, and then there's like some path there. We'll bridge it back to the same thing. Do you, what's your biggest need? I need more clients, or I have no clients, or I want to scale existing clients. Keep existing clients happy. Oh, well, you need more clients. Well, the best way to do that, or you need lead gen. Well, the best way to do that is you have a course, which is your lead magnet. Your lead magnet turn into a course, a series of videos, because that's what's because you're probably wasting time doing more and more free phone 1 hour free consultations, right? Oh, you want to scale your business? Awesome. We know that retention is absolutely more important, and every 1 unit spent on acquisition, it's 10 times more powerful to do retention. The best way to do retention is you train your customers up so they know what to expect. Along the way, you train your people up. You have to train your employees to deliver good service. And to do that, you're going to need to make sure that you systematize what you're doing here. Like everything here will basically just bridge down into you need to set up your own system. And I think that give me another color here. I think what we'll do is I think there's a goals layer, and then these can mix together, but mainly, hey, let me show empathy. If you answer a question, I ask you some questions, at least they believe that we're going to use these answers in some way. Whether or not we actually use them, if we just bridge everything to the same place, but at least if we ask these questions, they're going to think that whatever happens next is likely to be relevant. Especially if we start off with the icebreaker, where we already prove them that if they ask a thing, we're going to respond right based on that. So then they think anything we have here, the next things are going to be related to whatever they just answered.
Yeah.
So I think this is just like general orientation, the understanding that, hey, we actually care, this is high quality, we're a little, this is fun too. Then, no matter what their goal is, it's going to have something to do with money, and money allows you to do all the other things that you want to do. Like there's no getting around the fact you have to generate money to then have freedom, to then have a car, to then have success, to then whatever it is, we have to generate more money for them. And then we make it clear that that's the case. Then the next step is the personal brand part. Because in digital marketing, we show them, hey, we're being personable, we're showing our connections, we're building our authority, we're putting out our best content, we're showing who else we've created content with. And the best way to build personal branding is through high quality content that is put into sequences instead of just like pictures of me and Bradley. I've made videos together with Bradley. I've got a podcast going. I've got, I'm speaking and all this. And Then beyond the personal brand is the actual operational components, which is I run through a team, I've got a process, that way I'm working on my business instead of in my business. So if you have a personal brand and you have no business and repeatable process, so this is people, process, and platform all together. If it's just my personal brand, then I'm a consultant, I'm a speaker, I'm an author, but there's like nothing behind me. And the majority of the personal brands we know are just this, and there's no business behind them. So they have to try to make as much money as they can from the stage, sell as many books as they can, do as much consulting as they can, because they have no engine. So they say, that's great, you have a personal brand, you generate traffic. Oh, do you know? Well, here it will say like, you know, how good's your network? Oh, I have a really big network. It's powerful. They have big lists, or I don't. Well, if it's big, then we're going to run through the influence generator and say, awesome, let's map out. So that's like gold that's just like laying there. You need to like harvest it and organize it and refine it and polish it. But if not, think about who your network is. How do we start to build your network? And then this part here bridges that. So if you got a personal brand, you amplify it through other people, topic wheel, media kit, and that helps you build a team. So they're coming through goals, then probably to something around their personal brand because they need to tell their story, that then connects with other people that believes in that story, to then systematize it with a team that eventually results in a course. Or some people, they tell us their goal, and based on how they answer, we say, you know what? Or their understanding is, I don't really have a team. Okay, well, let's do some basic tuning, put some processes in place, because you're working, I'm working so hard, I don't have enough time, I don't get to sleep enough, I'm so busy, I can't manage my inbox, modern life is just like, constantly, I'm stressed out, like, okay, cool, you know what, the best way to overcome that, we need to document these other things so other people can do it. That means you gotta hire these other people, or there's, ways to do it efficiently, and that's why you need a system. And part of that is that, maybe you're working your ass off because you don't have enough authority, because you're the one having to do all the work. Oh, I don't trust that they can do good work. I'm gonna have to do it myself. I can't trust them, right? Okay, well, let's find other people who can. Maybe you can find other partners. Maybe you're trying to do so much work. Maybe you should cut down that. Maybe you should focus down into a really narrow niche, and then the other stuff can be through partners. So you need to build a partner network and really like refine your things so you can charge more and do less. And then that helps you build your personal brand, because now instead of trying to be everything to everybody, you are the best dang in automotive dealers, in chiropractors, in public speakers, in Spanish, developmental childhood studies. I don't know, some like weird niche, right? Or they come in and say, I've got a fantastic network, but I'm not monetizing it. Okay, then build your brand. And then as you build your brand, you need to come back here, and this, no matter what, we bring everyone down here, but they could go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, or they could go in any particular combo.
One always leading to 5.
No matter what, it comes down here. That's what I learned from Bandersnatches. No matter what path they take, there's the illusion of choice, because we're always going to recommend it down here. Because then right before we start talking about, you know what, you need to build an online training system so that you don't have to waste time saying that same stuff over and over again. Because like we talked about before, and so just by saying that, then it's like, oh yeah, this stuff that we've talked about. Well, we don't necessarily know what particular path, because they could take any particular path through any of the stuff down here. And then we could have a little flashback here, like we'll land him with a pie on his face and say, like if they say like, nah, I don't want a team, then Landon with pie on his face says, dude, You don't want a team? You're like a clown, dude. You've got to learn how to scale your systems. But if they chose Christian, then Christian says, what? You don't want to build a team? That's how ridiculous. You think this looks ridiculous? Look how ridiculous you look. And they keep bringing back, like whatever they chose, and we'll come back here, right? So you're not even making $100,000 a year. And let me get this right. You're not even making $100,000. Let's just be real for a minute. And you're working this hard. Dude, you look as ridiculous as I do. And then Brad pops in. He's right, man. You need to. Can you imagine, like, hey. What do you think?
Makes sense.